Heisman candidate just 10 days ago, hobbled by a lower injury sustained in the first quarter of the Herd's loss Akron. Who can ever forget the images of Leftwich and his return from the hospital, limping back into the huddle and literally having to be carried downfield by his teammates. In today's local paper, the head coach Bob Pruitt is quoted as saying Stan Hill is going to start and we anticipate him to play the entire game. But Reese, understand one thing. There's some assistant coaches that say it might take the local sheriff to keep Leftwich out of this ball game.
Boy, after what we saw against Akron, Ron, that wouldn't surprise me a bit. Glad to have you with us for the first time since Marshall went to 1A in 1997. They will start a game without Chad Pennington or Byron Leftwich at quarterback. Glad to have you with us. Bill Curry, Chris Spielman here. Bill, what does it mean to Marshall now to have to go into a game without Byron Leftwich?
It means that they've lost so much that it's almost impossible to describe. 375 yards per game of offense, but more importantly, football being the ultimate team sport, they've lost their leader. They're going to have to rally around Stan Hill. Each player is going to have to raise the level of his performance. There's a fancy word called synergy. They've got to pull it together, and everybody play better, Chris, and that means the defense, the offense, special teams in order for Marshall to continue to play at a high level.
Boys, I'm going to tell you what happened. Byron Leftwich made a statement. He made a strong statement about college football and the joy of playing college football when his teammates carry him down the field. Now remember, this guy is the best quarterback, the best throwing quarterback in college ball today, a sure #1 draft pick. He put that all on the line for Marshall, and I have great respect for Lee Owens and the Akron Zips, but he put it all on the line to beat Akron. That's a statement of college football, and Reese, that is why college football is king in the United States of America.
Yeah, no question about that. Total disregard for money he might cost himself or anything like that. It was a study in courage, and we're going to take you behind the scenes and show you that marvelous Saturday in Akron coming up at halftime. And don't forget about Ben Roethlisberger, too, one of the fine young quarterbacks in America from Miami, Ohio. You'll enjoy watching him play in just a little bit. So we'll see if it'll take the local sheriff to keep Byron Leftwich off the field. The Thundering Herd in Miami, Ohio, battle for a division lead and possible title. Coming up.
Actually, I've done it several times, and it is very nice. For the man, but for the females as well. So, what do you say?
Hey guys.
Hi.
What's going on over here?
Oh, yeah.
What does your phone say about you?
Welcome to the Capital One All-America Mascot Pageant with ESPN's Kane and Trey Wingo.
Polyester and proud, mascots of America.
Stay tuned for the exciting competition.
If you had but one wish, what would it be? World peace.
Go to CapitalOneBowl.com to vote for your favorite mascot to the National Mascot of the Year Scholarship.
What's in your mind?
West Virginia. There'll be a Capani house here tonight. A very crisp evening as the Red Hawks come to town. Miami, Ohio against the Marshall Thundering Herd in a fair Tuesday evening ball game. This is why this game is so huge. Look at the MAC East. Miami, Ohio with a 5-1 conference record, and Marshall at 4-1. And speaking of huge, a huge young man who is not going to be able to contribute tonight. Leftwich. About injury that occurred just over a week ago against Akron. He's on the sideline and is not going to be able to play. He has been in rehab literally for hours. He wanted desperately to play. Mike, I say this, if it would have jeopardized his future, I'm glad he made this decision.
It's the right decision. I spent the last half hour with Byron Leftwich. He did everything humanly possible to get ready for this game. I wanted to cry for him. He wanted to do it for his teammates, his coaches. He wanted to play in this game. He can't play.
Same thing. He'll be a first-round draft choice. I don't think there's any doubt about that. The young man that you're going to see on the other side of the line of scrimmage, I think will be a first-round draft choice in 2 years. Ben Roethlisberger is an outstanding 19-year-old quarterback.
Ron, he's the best sophomore quarterback in America. You'll see him tonight, and he's going to be an all-American football player.
Dave Ryan is down on the sideline, and in fact, he is with Byron Leftwich right now. Dave.
Ron, thanks. Like mentioned, Byron, your rehab, you had the treatment as much as possible today to get ready. You and Coach Pruitt didn't close the door until the second tonight about not playing. How close were you to playing this game tonight?
You know, I got a little close, but I'm so far from being able to move around at this time, you know. There was no way I could go out here today, you know. But I mean, I got all the confidence in my team. I know we're just going to, go out there and win this ball game.
Ron, a lot of high fives for this guy. A 33-game start streak shattered to Tannehill gets the start.
Now, Dave, he's the type of person that personality is infectious, his enthusiasm always, and he brings still a force to this football team, even though he is not in uniform tonight. Head to kick it off, and we're underway. Well, this one's going to be out at the back of the end zone. So let's talk about the young man that will start at quarterback tonight. And look at the size, 6'5", 240 pounds. Only a sophomore. He's out of Findlay, Ohio. Almost went to Ohio State, and he decided, hey, I want to go someplace I can play right now. You love the way he throws, Mike.
I do, Ron, and he's a young quarterback. He only played his senior year in high school as quarterback, redshirted his first year last year. So he's very young, great player.
Pocket passer, does have mobility, but because of his size, also was hard to knock off his feet. Roethlisberger, first throw of the night, under pressure. And he gets it back over the middle. It is caught and in drop. So let's talk about the offense. Here are the backs and the wide receivers. Clemens, boy, after game 4, he came in. He's really turned this offense around. Stegman is the fullback. Tillotson Branch, Matt Brandt is the tight end. And with the offensive line, Jacob Bell is the best of the offensive line. He has a knee, was doubtful, but he is in the ball game tonight. So it's a second down and 10, and you could see the pressure that Marshall brought against Roethlisberger. Fakes it to Clemens, rolls, got a man wide open, and out in the flat, he's got it complete to Stegman. And Stegman, the senior out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky, has positive yardage. The defensive front, Brown and Washington, two outstanding tackles. They get a good push upfield on pass rush. The linebackers, Deron Smith, has been outstanding this year. And in the secondary, and they will have their hands full tonight. Roberto Terrell, the best cover corner for Marshall, and Satterwhite continues to improve. Third down. They need to take it to the 30-yard line. You see the ball resting at the 27 and a half. High pass, pressure up the middle, gets his pass tipped, and it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Washington. Orlando Washington, after his arm was hit, makes the interception.
Deontay Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger gets hit by Wilson, 33, causes the interception, and Marshall in business.
Boy, they set up shop at the 6-yard line, and when you're coming in with a first-time starter in Stan Hill, sophomore, Tupelo, Mississippi, you could not have a better situation than what he comes into the ballgame with. Wallace, the lone setback, and they give it to him, and the counter hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that is Terrell Jones, the middle linebacker, who will knock him down for a loss. So Wallace, you just saw Darius Watts, Josh Davis, and Earl Marriott, the wide receivers, the tight end Jason Rader. And the offensive line, Shulo, the left tackle, to be one of the higher-ranked offensive linemen with the NFL scouts. He is a senior. Stan Hill, young man that he did start the entire spring because he was injured, but he has not been able to start obviously the regular season when Byron was healthy again. From the 11, pressure off the corner. White lobs it in the end zone, has a man. Touchdown. That's Watts. Darius Watts. 11 yards in the pass play, and Stan Hill, but I should be gone now, Mike.
There's 2 points. First of all, Marshall, you got to pick up your level. Everybody does when you have a star player missing. Miami, the absence or presence of Byron Leftwich may affect them.
Head with the extra point attempt. The ball is down. Kick is up, and he's perfect. And with 13 minutes and 10 seconds left in this opening quarter, Marshall 7-0. We'll be right back.
At Kia, we challenged ourselves to create the perfect mid-size SUV. So we loaded the new Sorento with standard features. Included a powerful V6, added dual front and side curtain.
Congratulations from his teammates. That was a heck of an effort just to be able to catch the football and get a foot down and bounce. After the kickoff, take a look at the high replay of exactly what happened. Curtis Head to kick it off for the Thundering Herd. This one's going to be out of the back of the end zone. Michael, show us what happened.
Okay, when Stan Hill comes out here, he right away sees a man coverage on Darius Watts inside tech. So he knows he's got the corner route. He's just got to hit him, Darius Watts. He runs out of real estate, and he does that. Very close.
So the Hawks second opportunity offensively, and we'll see if Marshall continues to bring pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. Hit from behind on third down, and he threw an interception. That's what set up the touchdown. Pitch comes back to Clements. Turns the corner, and he will have only a couple of yards in the play. Yancey Satterwhite makes the tackle. Dave Ryan, let's check with you.
Ron, incredible emotion on this Marshall sideline. It all started when Byron Leftwich first came out of the locker room and couldn't play. Got a lot of high fives, hugs of encouragement from teammates. Then Washington, the interception. This sideline went nuts. Darius Watts at the touchdown catch. They're jumping around like they're in a national championship game. The word is, let's get hyped. They want to take it to Miami tonight.
Well, it's very, very big as far as the MAC and the Eastern Conference. We know that. And here's one of the big question marks. Can they stop the running game of the Red Hawks? Because that is one of the things that Marshall has had a problem with this year. And that is stopping the run. And now it is going to be still a tougher situation for Miami of Ohio. Here, they're going to have a 5-yard penalty.
Prior to the snap, full start on the offense. 5 yards, still second down.
Ron, here's what happens sometimes. You wait on, you don't know if Byron is going to play in the game, and as soon as you find out, your team goes flat a little bit. So they got to pick it back up. Terry Hefner is responsibility right now. He'll get his guys on the sideline and pick it up.
With the penalty, second down, they need to take it out to the 30, and right now they scrimmage from the 17. Roethlisberger, no blitz, they stay at home, lobs the pass out, got it complete to Luke Clemens, and he will take it out across the 20, and now they're going to have another third and long situation.
And Bob Pruitt, the head coach of Marshall, today at his luncheon, he urged the fans. He said, hey, we're without our quarterback. We need you, especially tonight. He did the Minnesota game the other night. This crowd is loud. They're into this football game.
Third down. They need to take it out to the 30-yard line of the Thundering Herd to get this football right back. 7-0. Marshall leads it, getting a turnover, and they took it 6 yards in 2 plays. Roethlisberger deep in the pocket. Good coverage deep over the middle, and he just throws that one away. Collision at the 35-yard line as James Martin was really putting some pressure on from behind. And it looks like Crocker, Chris Crocker, a senior out of Chesapeake, Virginia, shaking up the play. You'll see the collision as he collided with one of his teammates, and he was very high in the air.
And Crocker came into this game hurt.
For the Red Hawks. Low pass, here comes pressure, and he finally gets it away. And now it's going to take a big Red Hawk bounce. Marshall's not returned. Boy, Mike, if they had gotten to Paul there, what a disastrous start for Miami of Ohio.
They had a rush on. They had a return on it. Rush on. They block it.
It is a 46-yard kick. We'll take a break. Marshall 7-0.
At Kia, we challenged ourselves to create the perfect mid-size SUV. So we loaded Sorrento with standard features. Included a powerful V6, added dual front and side curtain airbags, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. But the greatest challenge was to make it affordable, so we hog-tied our accountant, threw him in a clip, priced it under 20 grand.
Introducing the Sorrento from Kia. Make every mile count.
What is it? It's a UBA.
The UBA?
Universal Business Adapter. What's it do? Connects anything to everything. What's this for? Your laptop, your mainframe, call center, Unix servers, Linux servers, internet, supply chain, payroll system, HR, email. Slick.
Is it affordable? Fast?
Easy. Very. Does it work in Europe? You need an adapter.
That's direct investing. That's Harris Direct.
Max Kellerman knows sports. Just ask him. Around the Horn, a full contact sports show. Weekdays at 5 Eastern on ESPN.
ESPN College Football Tuesday night. Brought to you by Kia and the all-new Sorrento SUV. Kia, make every mile count. And by IBM. E-Business is the game. Play to win.
Huntington, West Virginia. Doesn't take very long once you reach city limits of this city that these fans are totally in love with this football team and this university. Well, 46 yards in the punt. Red Hawks were fortunate to get it away, but still good field position for the start for Marshall. And the straight ahead handoff, Franklin Wallace, and he's going to be knocked out at the 35-yard line. Matt Edwards makes the tackle.
And here's what's missing tonight. When you take away Byron Leftwich, the All-American, 2,999 passing yards, 19 touchdowns. So that's why Stan Hill has to step in, and they got to find a running game to help Hill.
You should get the headsets on. Contributing, even though he is sideline. Blitz right up the middle, and somebody moved as they saw the blitz.
They delay a game.
Prior to the snap, delay a game on the offense, 5 yards, still second down.
Talking to Bob Pruitt, the quarterback coach, they said usually we'll throw the ball 50 times. Tonight, if we throw it around 22, 23, 24 times, we got a shot. We can't expect Stan Hill to win this football game.
How much do you simplify the offense, Mike, when you got a situation of a kid who just hasn't played?
Ron, I think you keep your same offense. You pull off of throwing the ball as much. You need help in the running game.
Brandon Carey into the lineup at tailback, number 8, senior out of Bridge City. And that's a quarterback. Hill, 35 at the 40, gets a key block, and is first down at the 45, and then runs out of real estate, and he just runs out of bounds. Turnanande forced him out of bounds after a 19-yard gain.
Good block by Jason Rader,
also
number
Steve
90.
Peretta. Yeah.
Quarterback draw all the way, and Steve's a better runner than Byron Leftwich. Byron Leftwich is a drop-back pass in. Hill shows good mobility at 6'3", 210.
Rader and Peretta helping out their quarterback and helping him come up with something positive. It's the first down of the football game. And a little counter play, and it's Brandon Carey getting a handoff. The whistles and the flags again.
Prior to the snap, full start on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Mike, I don't care what conference we have been in doing football this year. I have never, as long as I watch college football, seen as many penalties at the line of scrimmage, either not enough men on the line of scrimmage or somebody moving. Have they gotten so intricate offensively that they're really causing the kids' problem?
I think
Because
I guess that's the answer, because they're thinking too much and they're moving, trying to move before the snap.
This is Kerry. Breaks it at the 50, 45. It'll take it down to another first down at the 42-yard line. Pusateri comes up to make the stop, and it's a gain of 13 yards.
Ron, this is one scheme Marshall always looks forward to playing. They're all fired up tonight about Byron Leftwich not playing, but they got beat the year after the plane crash, 66-6 by Miami. And they have a slogan around here, never forget. So anytime they're playing Miami, they're going to give a great effort.
Two tight ends into the ball game, Smolder and Rader, and they go with the running play right up the middle. Breaks it quickly as Carey, and he'll have the first down. Nice hole right there between the center and the guard, and it is good for 7 as Robillard help and make the tackle.
I'm sure Bob Pruitt and all the coaches have told these offensive linemen, hey, it's Byron back there now. We need to run the football, knock Miami off the line of scrimmage. The offensive line doing a very good job opening up Brandon Carey.
You could see the slant of the defensive, and it was perfect for the blocking scheme that they had on that play. 7-0 Marshall, and they're driving in with a first down at the 35. Another counter play. And it is Brandon Carey who is going to take this one for about 3 yards. Tackled by Phil Smith.
And this is good news when you have a young quarterback playing his first time. You said it. They get the ball down on the 8-yard line or 5-yard line, 6-yard line. Right, so he comes in, throws a touchdown pass, and now your offensive line is blocking Miami's defense. So you get a bit of the run. So everything's off your shoulders. You got to make some plays, but you're getting a lot of help.
Stan Hill, a sophomore, 6'3", 210. And they go with Carey. Oh, good heavens, does he get whacked out at the 27-yard line.
Robillard.
Yeah, Matt Robillard was a safety. Went from linebacker to safety and moving back to linebacker.
Ron, he was a walk from Milford Academy. He was a quarterback. I don't know many quarterbacks that go to linebacker in college. The only one I can think of is Jim Kelly, who was recruited by Penn State as a linebacker. I don't even use him as a linebacker.
Same kind of temperament.
Yeah, Ron Marcinek, the assistant for Saban, took him down to Miami and said, we'll make you a quarterback.
2 tight ends in the ball game with a third down and short. Short drop, and he puts this one up on the fade route. And it is incomplete at the 5-yard line, intended for Marriott.
Marriott against Hodge, number 9. Ball thrown too far inside. You got to get it outside to give the receiver a shot.
So we're going to have a long field goal attempt. And it's going to be placed down at the 33. So a 43-yard attempt. His longest is 53 this year. Right in the middle of the field. Plenty of distance. And he's got it. I mean, Martin's dialing up the right numbers early. 10-0 lead. We'll take a break.
1954 in Junction, Texas. Paul Bear Bryant put 115 football players through hell.
We're going to work now.
You damn near killed my friend. He ain't quitting.
But those who survived lived to become champions.
One heartbeat. That is what we've been looking for ever since we arrived.
ESPN Original Entertainment presents The Junction Boys. Saturday, December 14th, 9 p.m. on ESPN.
I don't usually go on blind date.
Neither do I. That's why I planned something special to break the ice.
My name's Mary.
Are you sure?
Choosing someone who really knows you can make all the difference. When you choose Cell One, you get a local provider who understands your needs. Cell One. Call on someone you know.
Cell One is designed to meet your calling needs. Stop by your local Cell One today.
The Crocs, the Snakes, the Sharks, and the...
Danger, danger, danger.
It's Saturday Night Steve. Woo-hoo! Saturday, Animal Planet cranks up the heat. An exciting episode of the hottest show on television, The Croc.
Ow, ow, ow. Saturday Night Steve.
Saturday night at 8, only on Animal Planet.
17 left to play in the opening quarter. And the previous 2 kickoffs have gone out of the end zone. drive, 40 yards, 3 minutes and 29 seconds. And talk about a football team that has really gathered some momentum in the early going. It is Marshall. This one is returnable. 1 yard deep, Milt Bowen. Cuts it right up the middle, 20, 25, has a blocker on the outside, and he turns the corner. He'll get to midfield and finally going to be out of bounds at the 47-yard line right in front of the Marshall bench. Satterwhite got him 53 yards in that kick return.
And Miami needed something good to happen to him. Milt Bowen returns his kickoff. See, gets a little seam there. Move right there by Milt Bowen that opens him up on the corner. So great field position for the Miami offense.
That's a season-long return high for the Redhawks. 53 yards. We'll see if that ignites them offensively. First time that Ben Roethlisberger and his offense have been across midfield. They go with the running play. To the right side, Clements going to break it inside 35 and down to the 33-yard line. Luke Clements, 15 touchdowns, an average of almost 5 yards per carry.
And one thing about Miami, they're good on the road. They've been successful all year. Here's the draw to Luke Clements. Miami's very aggressive, or Marshall's very aggressive on defense. Traps and draws will slow them down.
I was a little surprised that deep in their own territory that the Redhawks came out throwing, because they lead this conference in time of possession. They run the ball very well. They're very, well, they throw and they run equally so. Roethlisberger, quarterback draw, going to take it right up the middle, and he breaks it down at the 15, at the 10, at the 5, and it'll be first and goal for Miami of Ohio, and it was Terrell who made the tackle. Yeah, we have that a 240-pounder can run. There's an example right there.
Now, quarterback draw all the way, really quarterback trap, and Roethlisberger gets in the secondary. Should have probably taken the ball inside when he got to the 10-yard line.
Ben Harold, number 71, a junior out of Middleton, Wisconsin, with an outstanding block of play. And now the Redhawks threaten as they will set up shop at the 5-yard line of the Thundering Herd. Hands it to Clemens. Tries to go to the left tackle. Fights his way for maybe a gain of a yard to around the 4.
What Miami likes to do when they get inside the 5-yard line is quick to the line of scrimmage, an unbalanced line, and try to hit you real quick. See what they do here with Roethlisberger, and you see the 47 possessions in the 20, 40 scores, leads the conference.
Terry Kepner on the far sideline. I'm sure his stomach is turning, but on his outward appearances, he's down 10-0, but he did not seem to be sweating it right now. Hit at the line of scrimmage. That's a nice defensive play as he got out after a gain of 1 by Paul Sinclair. Also Martin, James Martin helping out. Now, this is a big down right here, because I think Mike, they need to answer with a touch and not with a field goal.
Yeah, they need to answer with points right here, but Roethlisberger is a very good running quarterback, which we just seen a little bit ago.
Tillets comes in at wide receiver.
Very tight split for the outside route here. Going to take him in motion.
Steckman in motion. A roll the pocket as a flag comes down, and he zings this one good for the touchdown. And now let's check the marker.
Running back moved. The call came from the referee. The one single back moved for Miami.
Yeah, it looked like the Cummins took a quick step, and it's going to cost him 6 for the moment.
Here's the running back. He just moved a little bit before the snap of the ball. Luke Clemens.
So for Miami, they have had a few missteps to start this ball game.
But again, I think sometimes when the other star player doesn't play, sometimes that affects your team, and you got to get out of the daze.
3rd down and goal. 10-0. Marshall on top. Safety blitz. Roethlisberger in trouble. Gets the pass away, and he just throws it away. Chris is the man who was coming with some heavy pressure. And Roethlisberger thought his receiver tackled in the end zone.
I think I agree with him. The safety blitz by Chris Crocker. Nobody picks him up. Shows you how strong Roethlisberger is. Now we get a little holding in the secondary, but an uncatchable football.
That's it. Then it's got to be a holding call, Michael. Field goal attempt of 27 yards. Jared Parsegian. Good pass is on the way, and he has split it. And if you're wondering about the name, yes, his great uncle is Aaron Parsegian. So we got a new score, 10-3. Marshall still on top.
Santa, did you eat all the planter's nuts?
Reindeer, have they mastered games?
There are nuts, and then there are planter's nuts.
Hey, new model!
The fresh roasted taste of planters. This holiday, make sure you've got enough of the good stuff to go around.
Now there's an easier way to see the world. Visit Orbitz.com, where our exclusive matrix display shows you your options in seconds. There's no easier way to compare airlines and low fares. Orbitz, the most low fares made easy.
While we were away, Terry Hepner, the head coach at Miami, he's saying he was embracing my receiver. That should have been defense only. Not sure that I disagree with Terry, but all for naught. They get the field goal, and it's a free ball game.
There's no place for embracing in football.
That's right. This is the herd, not the embraceable you.
Not inside the line.
This is a knuckleball, and it's going to be fielded at the 7-yard line by Terrell. At the 20, boy, he gets whacked. Takes it forward again. Will finally be stopped at the 23-yard line. Well, Thursday night, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. Dave Ragone, the Louisville Cardinals face the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, and it's a must-win for both teams in a conference matchup. College football Thursday, presented by Circuit City on ESPN.
And Ron, if Southern Miss wins out, they tie TCU, and if TCU wins out for that championship. So a lot on the line, like you said.
Coach Patterson will be watching that one closely down in Fort Worth. Well, they fake the reverse. It goes straight ahead with the handoff. Has 5, has 10. Counted off at 14 yards for Franklin Wallace, the junior out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Well, you talked about Shulo. Mel Kiper's got him listed as one of the top 22 players in the country as an offensive lineman. This offensive line of Marshall is handling the defensive front 7 of Miami.
They really are. Steve Shulo, huge at 6'6", 325 pounds, occupies left offensive tackle position. So they move the chains just shy of the 40. They go straight ahead with this handoff. It'll be short yardage. Dave Ryan, what do you got for us?
Ron, it was 10 days ago, the game at Akron where Byron Leftwich got hurt in the first quarter. The stadium there had no x-ray facilities, so he told his trainers he'd only go with them to get if they could guarantee he'd be back by the third quarter. They said no, so he went back to the field to plead with Bob Pruitt, who said, get yourself to the x-rays immediately. He was taken to a local rehab. X-rays were negative. Back for the third quarter. Guys, he has a titanium rod in his left leg. That spared him from a shattered leg with a helmet to the leg in that game a couple weeks back.
And you know, Dave, That's exactly right. He also got in a police car. They turned on the lights. He turned them on the radio so he could know what was happening. Came back and went in the ballgame. Here comes a late flag here.
The other thing, Byron Leftwich said about that police car, he said they went through every red light. And he said that he was trying to get back to win that football game.
There's the leg right there that he injured.
He's got the greatest attitude. You and I sat and talked to him. You and him on your team, because he doesn't care about agents. He doesn't care about the pro draft. All he cares about is his teammates and coaches, the Marshall fans. He wanted to play in this football game for all them.
One of the things I didn't realize until we arrived today, but went upstairs after we visited Mike, and I sat down to talk with him on camera. He could have graduated last year and gone ahead and went into the NFL, but he elected. He wanted to come back to take one course and have a senior year to play one more season here at Marshall. That tells me a lot about the kid. Brandon Terry comes in at tailback. Scrimmage from the 32 for the holding penalty. Pressure, and this pass overthrown. Brandon carried the intended receiver, and he annihilated after throwing the football.
Yeah, Ryan Terry, number 56, hits Stan Hill. Ryan Terry's pretty good. He's run too. 6'2", 353 pounds. He looks like a Coke machine.
Well, let me tell you something, Mike. He has lost 20 pounds, if you can believe it. And the coaches have told him, that the scouts have said, if you'll lose a little weight, you have the ability, you can play on the next level.
And cheeseburger there.
Well, we got a safety blitz to go long at the near sideline, and it's going to be overthrown at the 25, looking for Darius Watts, who caught that touchdown early on, and that'll stop the clock at 2:39.
I think Miami settled down a little bit now. Darius Watts against Ryan Sprague. The first assault that Marshall gave them because they're all fired up. Now they've taken that. Now they're only down 7 this big series for Miami, but sometimes they come in waves.
Curtis Head, senior out of Shelbyville, Kentucky, with the first punt standing back at the 19-yard line. The good one. Tillits is the deep man. He kicks it away from him. That's a nice job. They're not going to have any return on this one. Reese Davis, let's check with you at the studio. Any trickerations tonight?
No trickerations, but a treat. And then the moment that Byron Leftwich had on November 2nd against Akron, coming back on one leg, just the epitome of courage. And at halftime, Ron, we're going to take you behind the scenes and let you see what went in to Byron Leftwich coming back and playing.
Yeah, a great story in college. Ron, you and I have talked about it. Those two linemen carrying Byron Leftwich down the field will be etched in memory in most sports fans forever.
Speaking of good quarterbacks, Ben Roethlisberger back on the field. Got 3 on that last drive, but they touchdowns here on the road. Good protection. They throw the screen pass. Not so sure that one wasn't tipped, as Clemens is the intended receiver. You look at the difference in numbers.
Yeah, first 21 career games, and you look at touchdown passes, they're 43 for Roethlisberger and Leftwich 27. So right away you look at that and you know you got a really fine quarterback on both these two teams.
It's a really good ratio for Ben as far as touchdowns to interceptions. 2nd down and 10. Marshall's done a good job of disguising and trying to confuse him defensively. This they come with a blitz and a quick pitch of the option. He can take it over the 30 to the 31, and it's going to be 3rd down as Crocker made the tackle on Clement. Biggest thing for the Redhawks tonight, Mike, they have played behind the sticks virtually every series.
And they said when they went back and looked at the tape last year, that was the same thing. Watch the safety right here, number 19, as the ball goes down the option. Watch him run the alley right there. Crocker. The safety has to do on the option play.
Now here comes the crowd as the defensive backs asking for boys. It is 3rd down. They need to take it to the 36 to keep this drive going. 3 seconds on the clock, down to 2, and he picks it off. Sets deep in the pocket. It is incomplete, and I think the whistle had sounded.
Yeah, I believe so, because the receiver from Miami quit. Stopped.
Delay a game on the offense. 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Ron, Ben Roethlisberger is a great athlete. Basketball player at Findlay High School. He has the all-time leading scorer. They had a player from Findlay, Dave Sorensen, that went to Ohio State, a basketball player. So that tells you, the guy's the all-time basketball scoring leader.
Let me tell you this, he also hit over 300 on baseball teams. So whatever he played, he was very good at it. But this is the sport that he wants to perfect. Pressure up the middle, hold the pocket, drills the pass, and this one he just overthrows as they flushed him out of the pocket. Goddard, Jonathan Goddard, Jr. Jacksonville, applying the pressure. And you got to salute this defense for the Thundering Herd, as they have really had the Red Sox confused so far.
Yeah, Bill Wilt, the defensive coordinator, is pressuring Ben Roethlisberger on every play, and they have been behind the chains.
A low pass this time, and he almost got this kick blocked.
That's two of them.
Yeah, that's going to be picked up at the 27. Gets by 1, 30, 35 at the 40, and is finally going to be tackled at the 46. That's Josh Davis on the return. ESPN Wednesday night. It's an NBA doubleheader at 7. San Antonio takes on Jason Kidd, the defending Eastern Conference champion, the Nets. At 9:30, Chris Webber and the Sacramento Kings take on the Golden State Warriors. Wednesdays on ESPN.
And Ron, Sacramento has lost 3 out of 4 on their recent road trip. The NBA on ESPN.
47 yards on that kick, 22 on the return. Hill swings this one out, got it to Carey. 45, 40. Finally, Alfonso Hodge forces him out of bounds.
Little safe throw for Stan Hill. The last game Stan Hill started was in 2000, the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star High School football game.
Now they make it to Carey, and he gives it to the wide receiver, Josh Davis. And Davis, the defender, stayed at home. Nice job to get out there and make the tackle on him, Pusateri.
Yeah, he's another walk-on. Pusateri, Bishop Watterson High School, leading tackler on this football team with 6 tackles from a safety position. A lot of walk-on. 17 guys currently walked on. Miami's football team now have scholarships.
Now Pusateri also leads the team in tackles. And Marshall's going to call a timeout with 17 seconds left in this opening quarter. And Hill wants to come over and talk it over with his coaching staff. So we'll hold it right here. In case you joined us late, Byron Leftwich, injured against Akron about 10 days ago. Unable to play the ball game tonight. Went through more rehab you can imagine. But there was just no way. And what he is doing is the smartest thing. And that is not jeopardizing his future. Dave Ryan, let's check with you down on the sideline. You got more on that story.
I sure do, Ron. We also should talk about Miami and the incredible pressure this program is facing. First ever national TV game. Terry Hefner says they have every recruit imaginable. Red Hawks watching this game. It's the only one on TV tonight here on ESPN. Also watching some of the cradle of coaches as in Eric Karstegen, Bo Schembechler, all those famous coaches called up Coach Hefner this week to wish him luck. And, hey, you've got to live up to the tradition of the cradle and win one for us.
Boy, I tell you, the legacy there is just incredible, which we'll document before the night's over. On second down, the pass got a man out there, and he made the catch just at the 15-yard line. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 10. Darius Watts, 28 yards.
Darius Watts working against Bill Bowen again. 39 catches coming into this game. Had a separated shoulder in preseason, slowed him down a little bit. Corner move on Bowen.
You have to wonder, Bowen was a safety. He was a corner safety, moved him back. And he's a little bit of a long strider, a little bit different physical build than most cornerbacks. This running play hit at the line of scrimmage. In fact, pushed back. Clayton is there to make the stop on Carey. They gave it to Carey. And that is the end of the opening quarter. So we'll take a timeout. As we head to the second 15 minutes, Marshall 10-3.
College basketball is back. Thursday at 7, ESPN 2.
At Kia, we challenged ourselves to create the perfect mid-size SUV. So we loaded the new Sorento with standard features. Included a power V6, added dual front and side curtain airbags, and a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. But the greatest challenge was to make it affordable. So we hog-tied our accountant, threw him in a closet and pried her 20 grand.
Introducing Sorento from Kia. Make every mile count.
If they're into music, go to the place that has it all. There's something fun for everyone at Best Buy.
What are claustrophobics doing in an elevator?
Facing their fears, but you're missing the point.
Someone's joining us.
On her way to ship important packages, a small business owner gets on the elevator with him. But instead of panicking, survival instincts kick in.
Stop, drop, and roll?
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I'd do.
Well, she remains calm. FedEx has fast, reliable service with a money-back guarantee, proving there was nothing here but fear itself.
I'm afraid of heights.
This isn't about you.
Okay.
Here's an idea. How about integrity?
Tell the truth. That's easy. Just give it to me straight.
All we're asking for is a little honesty. You know what we deserve? Accountability.
These days, I need integrity. I'm an investor.
I'm an investor.
So as an investor, I have to be able to trust you.
At New York Stock Exchange, we agree. So do 2,800 of the world's best companies that meet the highest standards. So every shareholder can invest with trust and confidence.
I think I deserve that.
Taco Bell's grilled steak taco. Tender slices of steak and grilled to perfection. For a taste so authentic, you may pull a grilled steak switch out. For authentic carne asada steak outside the bun.
Exquisite half-carat diamond jewelry. Your choice. Just one for nine. There is joy in here. At Zales, the diamond store.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter here in Huntington, West Virginia. It is a second down and 10 as the ball is just inside the 10-yard line. Actually, second down and goal. Stan Hill has some optimum situations in this one. That pass thrown wide open is Carey at the 5, and he'll turn it up and he'll score.
Too easy for Marshall. Back out of the backfield.
Well, Mike, the one at midfield that didn't cover real well either.
Brandon Carey against zone coverage. Slot set, 2 receivers to that side. The back fielders out onto that side. Nobody picked up.
Curtis Head with the extra point attempt. He knocks it home. And 6 seconds into the second quarter, Marshall without the guy, leading by 14. We'll be right back.
Hey, look, it's only $1.
Don't waste your money.
Freeze.
Pam needs a second opinion. Luckily, T-Mobile has a camera phone that doesn't cost a fortune.
Carry on.
The ivory tone.
Can I borrow $1?
Introducing the $100 camera phone, only from
Get more.
Yo, me, where's the dip?
Only Tostitos Scoops have the bite-sized bowl-shaped design that's perfect for dipping and dunking every time.
I thought that was it.
So however you like to dip, there's only one Dip Lovers chip.
I own this court. Yeah. No, I really own this court. You guys got to go.
Tostitos Scoops, the Dip Lovers chip.
And now the
The end is near, and so I face the final thing. From A to Z, from there to here, I shop the world, all while I'm sitting brand new and collectibles, thank you, on the information superhighway. You'll save more and find things like this when you do it eBay.
Come on, you can do it. Just 30 seconds of Listerine. Think of all the germs you're killing. Listerine even kills the germs that can cause plaque and gingivitis. See? You can handle it. Germs can't. Listerine. Worth the time, every time.
Buy any Olympus digital camera, and you'll get the most realistic digital images yet. And for a limited time, a $75 rebate on select Epson Stylus photo printer. Go to olympus.com/promotions for details. Olympus. Nothing's impossible.
Ron, you take a look at this play. It's a crackback. Both these receivers are blocking. The corner's going to get too far inside, and the back's going to come out here wide open. It's almost like a toss sweep once you get the ball to the back, because now he's outside. The two receivers are blocking, and Carey's in there for the touchdown.
By the way, for Brandon Carey, it is his first career touchdown catch. You see he's keeping his leg warm on the near sideline. 17-3. Marshall under the direction of quarterback Stan Hill. That'll be recovered at the 28-yard line, and there will be no return on this one. We salute the airmen assigned to the United States Air Forces in Europe, watching this telecast on the American Forces Network, including the members of the 510th Fighter Squadron at Adiano Air Base in Italy, to keep F-16s playing.
God bless all the servicemen. Veterans Day, God bless them all.
Now let's see if the Red Hawks can get something going. They did on their second series, but last one that the Thundering Herd defense came right back and shut them down. Roethlisberger going to be a quarterback trap, and this time they've knocked him down for a 3-yard loss at the 5-yard line. Kevin Atkins.
See, Kevin Atkins on that play really mirrored Roethlisberger, because you're going to spot as soon as he sees him run the draw, he steps up and shuts it off. Good play by Kevin Atkins.
Roethlisberger deep in the pocket this time. Throws the screen. That's Clemens. 30, 35, and he'll take it out to around the 37-yard line, close to the first down. Tynes tripped him up, and it's a gain of 13.
Clemens on the same kind of play Marshall scored on. Again, that's just a little dump, taking advantage of the rush. Marshall just dropping it over the defensive lineman's heads. Luke Clemens shows pretty good speed to get to 3rd and a half yard.
He took the starting running back position in the 4th game of the year, and he really has helped solidify that situation there. He needs to help solidify it even more so they can keep this drive going. Clemens, I don't know. He is very close. From where that linesman has come in on the far sideline, though, I think he got it, as Deontay Wilson was there to hit him first.
I think he got it. Luke Clemens, another former walk-on, averaging 83 yards rushing a game.
It's the first 3rd down conversion for Miami tonight. 1 of 5 in this early going.
Marshall so far, nothing big except the quarterback draw for Miami. They haven't given up the big play. And that's what speed does on defense.
Something we have not seen tonight, and that is the roommates get together. Michael Larkin, a big threat, not a big receiver, but they have not been able to get the ball to him tonight. Clemens on the run, breaks it out across the 40 to the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. Kevin Atkins is there to make the tackle. Here's Larkin right there, 5'8", 163, a sophomore out of Cincinnati. And it looks as though that...
played for St. X in Cincinnati.
Well, I thought he was going out of the ball game, but he's not. But he's one of those type of receivers, Mike. You get him a 2-yard completion, and it's a 50-yard gain sometimes. second cousin of Barry Larkin, who played with the Reds, and also the roommate of the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. Play action, nice job on the defense, and he throws the pass low, but Grant sliding along makes the catch. Nice job at the 47-yard line.
Matt Brandt, another walk-on, came to Miami as a quarterback, moved to wide receiver, then to tight end. Makes a pretty good catch here. They're trying to take advantage of Marshall's defensive ends really pounding hard inside.
You know, Mike, the interesting thing, you talk about a good coaching job. Miami has done nothing tonight that has surprised Marshall, like on that play right there. There were two men who stayed at home to make sure that they didn't turn a boot into a big play. Roethlisberger deep in the pocket. Going to throw this one long, and he's got a man out there, and it is incomplete, knocked away at the 6. There's Larkin as they went downtown that time. And at 5'8", the defensive back was able to close it sharply.
I'm not so sure he didn't drop this football, Ron. The two roommates trying to hook up. Let's see if...
Oh, my, hit him in the face mask. Hit him in the face mask, and then he dropped the ball. You're right, Mike.
Yeah, he's got to bring that one in. And he knows. He
tell by the body language, can't you? It is second down and 10.
Perfectly thrown football.
Roethlisberger steps up, drills this pass, and that one is knocked away. As covering very closely on the play was Willie Smith.
Yeah, he's on that tight end, Matt Brandt. Willie Smith, fifth defensive back in the ball game. Ben Roethlisberger trying to get it to the tight end. Again, you see the speed of Marshall. Willie Smith really closed on that ball, knocked it away.
One of the things that Marshall has done this year, not quite as large defensively, but they've added speed defensively. Up front and also in the secondary. Third down. To keep this one going, they need to take it down to the 37-yard line. Thundering Herd leading by 14. Here comes the blitz. Roethlisberger running for his life, and he's going to be sacked as a flag is down.
They may catch Marshall for being offside, although there may have been movement in the offensive line when they saw the safety step up there.
Chris Crocker.
Yep, as soon as they saw the safety, the offensive line moved. Another good call by Bill Wilt, the defensive coordinator.
Illegal formation. Not enough on the line, on the offense. The penalty is declined. It'll be fourth down.
Well, the last two snaps have not been ideal for the Red Hawks. Let's see if they can come up with a good one this time.
And you'd think Marshall would come after this punt with two bad snaps.
McLean is handling the long snaps on this play, and he gets a good one, and here's the kick.
He almost got that one again.
And it's going to be taken late at the 14-yard line, and running back into the boundary, knocked out of bounds at around the 20. So we'll take a timeout. Marshall 17-3. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Capital One All-American